Hello, Elite Team. We are back. It is ERT News, episode 13. It's the 10:15 deadline. Anton, we had to jump on and talk about some things today. How you
I
doing?
know it is. It's a very important time. No, I think there's the tax ramifications of getting closer and closer to the end of the year. There's also the relationship building opportunities that are coming in the next 2.5 months, 3 months. So yeah, a lot to talk about today.
Absolutely. Okay, cool. Well, let's get into it. Today's topics: September accreditation results. We'll talk through those. We'll also let you know where you can tune in to see a celebration live this January and give you a little bit more of a feel of why do I want to be accredited and what is the VFO Advisory Board? I'm sure you've heard it here or there. We'll get into it a little bit more. Also, letting you know to save the date for the VFO Collective, another great event coming up in 2026. We'll also talk through, as Anton just said, October 15th. What's next? We're passing the deadline. So, what can we do to make sure we're capitalizing on those partnerships? And what's coming up on our roadmap? A couple ideas that Anton's been having that I think are pretty good. So, excited to share them. Anything else you want to touch on before we jump into it there, Anton?
Nope, that's it. Let's go.
Alrighty. Well, here we go. September results. So exciting. Congrats to those who made it to the top of the board. Mr. Jack Branch, Gina Tang, Michael Sims, just to name a few.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. The top 15, and we are seeing a little bit of movement. And congrats to Jeff Rayner. He crossed the 50,000 of VFO revenue, and that's his first time. So that means he qualifies for the VFO accreditation. So let me just kind of break down what you see here on the video. We start from the beginning of January tracking the revenue that members are generating through the virtual family office specialists. These could be advisors, it could be accountants. And any revenue you do with the VFO specialist, there's a revenue share that's already pre-negotiated out. We've talked about that in past news episodes. And so what you start to see is some of these members start accumulating some pretty meaningful revenue shares on top of their traditional business. That could be on top of their traditional assets under management, insurance, tax planning, compliance-based work. So as Jenna said, congrats to the top three. Holding it down is Jack Branch in number one, Gina Tang number two, Michael Sims number three. And we have 12 members so far that have crossed that $50,000 revenue mark, which means so far 12 people have hit VFO accreditation this year. Three more are very, very close. Roland Chow, Stephen Cox, Andy Bowman, you're right there. And what some people may or may not know is that, Jenna, these numbers, even though right now we're reporting up to the end of September, it's kind of just getting started, if
Hmm.
I can say that, because so much activity happens in the virtual family office in Q4, which obviously we just started October 1st. So there's going to definitely be some movement in the membership list here over the next 2.5 months. So congrats, everybody. Excited to see it. And then if you want to go to the deal count, I think that's a fun number to look at as well. And you'll see some familiar names and faces for sure. But this is the number of deals each member is doing within the virtual family office. So Pavan Katini is up to 51 deals. That's through the
Wow.
end of September. You can see that's roughly, what is that, 6 deals or so per month for that one individual. And all the way down to Daniel Rizzo at 10. So really exciting. That number will bump up again over the next 2.5 months as well. And once somebody gets over 50,000 of VFO revenue, as we shared last year, first of all, they start qualifying for what are called rebates, which means they get a larger and larger rebate back from the VFO specialist. In essence, the more business somebody does with our virtual family office, the higher and higher their revenue share rate goes. And then second is once you cross over that 50,000, you start getting credit notes, which means you actually get to work with Elite and be parts of our membership and get all the benefits of growth credits and coaching and marketing introductions without actually paying anything out of pocket. Ooh, yeah.
Look at these. Look at these
Yeah.
beautiful checks.
These were from last year's event. So you can see folks getting their $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. I think there was up to $800,000 of revenue through the virtual family office. Again, on top of the traditional business that they're generating. So it is a big opportunity, and it's exciting because this is like a really meaningful way to help clients above and beyond what they're used to getting from their traditional advisors or their traditional accountants. So congrats to the folks last year. I'm excited to see how this year shakes out.
Yeah, and as we have shown here, we love to celebrate and let everyone know that you can tune in to this actually live this January, which is so cool. We have our Fusion Lab coming up. Look how much fun we had last year. It's going to be January 14th through 16th. We'll likely do the celebration on the 14th, so you can tune in live and actually watch your fellow elite members get celebrated. And if you want to come out to Fusion Lab, if this is a time that you've been thinking that you'd like to upgrade, definitely reach out and we can let you know where you can learn more about how to just do that. And in addition to the Fusion Lab in 2026, we take those top 5 accredited professionals and invite them to be a part of what we call the VFO Advisory Board. So as you just saw, some of our members who got those bigger checks, they were invited to become a part of our VFO Advisory Board. Anton, can you speak to what is the VFO Advisory Board and why would someone want to be a part of it?
Absolutely. So the VFO Advisory Board is the top 5 members based on the VFO revenue in a calendar year. And then what we do is we meet once a month with them and we brainstorm with them things or ways that we can improve the virtual family office, the overall experience, the community, what new specialists we should be adding to the VFO, what specialists we should be removing from the virtual family office. So think about a board member of a corporate company. Similar, we're obviously just a little bit smaller and more intimate than that. So coming up in January, we'll have new members joining the VFO Advisory Board.
Love it. I'm very excited and looking forward to it. In addition to Fusion Lab in 2026, don't forget Elite Virtual Family Office Collective tickets are also open. So if you haven't saved the date, please do so. Fusion Day is going to be June 24th, and then the 25th and 26th are the general sessions. You can come in here right now and purchase those tickets so you can snag that early bird while you still have a chance before the ticket prices go up in 2026. So just
Nice.
wanted to remind you of that. And as we get into important dates, so we just talked about Fusion Lab, we talked about Elite VFO Collective, but today's a pretty important date too, Anton. October 15th. What can you tell our members about what to do next? Okay, it's all kind of over. Deadlines have passed. What would you suggest is the best way to move forward in Q4 right now?
Yeah, my suggestion is really get serious about the next 2.5 months. If you've been on the sideline, you want to double down right now on this window of opportunity. And there's 2 things that I would say to really focus on. First, doesn't matter if you're an advisor or an accountant, you have clients right now where tax is top of mind. We have 2.5 months until the end of the year, but that doesn't mean we have 2.5 months of tax planning strategies. Some of these different strategies that we've been working on are hitting capacity, every single week. So the sooner you get in front of clients, the better and the more flexibility you have in terms of what specialists in the virtual family office can actually help those clients to mitigate some of their tax liability for this year. And there are some things we can do in January, February, etc. But right now it's so front of mind, it's really why you want to take advantage of it. And there's definitely not as many things once the calendar turns to 2026. So Jenna, I would suggest if we can share the link maybe below this video to that one pager. Perfect. Thank you for pulling that up. So this is the top 10 advanced tax strategies to use still here in Q4 2025. This is really all about how do we proactively mitigate taxes for our clients. 10 different strategies from, I'd say, risk levels 1 all the way to 5, different complexities, different qualifications. Some are for W-2 employees, some are for business owners, some are for folks paying as little as $20,000 in taxes. Some are people that are making as much as $1 million plus of income. So I would seriously consider reaching out to clients that are paying $20,000 or more in tax. That's not a super high bar. $20,000 or more in tax. Share this one pager with them and just open up the conversation. See if they are motivated to mitigate some of that tax liability. If they are, it's a perfect opportunity for you. If you're in one of our general communities, take them through the Virtual Family Office Fast Track program. That's where we can identify those priorities. We can lead them through the tax planning. You get to leverage our Director of Advanced Tax Planning, Tim Gacy. And if you're in Fusion, you can actually bypass the VFO Fast Track altogether and just jump right into the tax planning priorities for those clients. So right now, huge window of opportunity for tax planning for clients. Again, just to really try to boil it down to make it super simple, we'll include a link to that one-page document right below this video. if you're interested in opening up a conversation with your clients about tax planning, look at that document, type "I'm interested" below this video. We'll reach out to you and we'll hold your hand step by step for the next 2.5 months to make sure we help some clients mitigate some tax liability.
Love it. Sounds great. And I hope that everyone does take advantage of these great opportunities coming to us in Q4. And don't be waiting until New Year's Eve, right? We have things to do now. We got things to do now. And to having you had a couple advisors like call you up
Oh, 100%.
at midnight on New Year's
100%. Yep. Yep.
Don't be like that, advisor and accountant. Let's do some things now. Super exciting. And I hope that everyone does take advantage of it. Anton, I think that's all we've got for today, except for there's a couple of things I know we want to discuss coming up on the roadmap. And I think that includes some quarterly live meetup events. So do you want to talk through those?
Yep. So we did hire a company over the last 2 months to interview our membership base. And one of the questions was, if you had a magic wand, what would you change? So there's been some really good answers. And one of the things that's come up is more opportunity to have live training and also meet in person. And so we are planning on, in 2026, creating some opportunities to do that live virtual training, but also there will be an aspect of getting together actually in person of those events. And the first one should be late January. So we are working on it now with the internal team as well as the VFO Advisory Board. And we look forward to sharing more about that on the coming ERT news episodes.
All right. Well, looking forward to that. That sounds so exciting and such a need that I feel that we've had within the community that we've heard. So I love looking forward at that roadmap to see what's ahead and looking forward to meeting all of you guys again on the next episode of ERT News. Anton, thanks so much. See you next time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.